Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Our time. We know what we gotta do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
We'll fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air.
Driving with conviction.
Side by side, hammer down.
The after-checks are quick. Count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out. Wheel to wheels, they come to the line. Victory this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next flag has been ignited.
Does he have enough? A dominant performance.
You gotta say no, baby. Let's go.
Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody's pushing as hard as they can. Get it. One final shot.
We gotta earn this thing right here to the end.
It is all on the table.
A total 500.
Start your engines!
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
High pressure, high stakes. It feels like the whole world's watching every move that I make. Another sunrise, another warning, but I'm still learning how to hold the line, how to quiet down the noise inside. And the moments slip away when I forget what I need. So I steady up my hands, let the rhythm set me free. I remember to breathe
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into Infinity Broadcasting, and welcome in to High Side Motorsports Season 2 for Round 5 this evening as we go racing for the Carbon Coats 150 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Hamish Munro here with you alongside Magnus Anderson, as it has been the last few weeks, and as we come into tonight's round, we are only one round away from the in-season tournament beginning. The next one out at Michigan International Raceway. So tonight is the final chance for drivers to sink themselves into the top 16 of the championship and get themselves into one of those bracket positions for that in-season tournament. Magnus, you were possibly going to be able to get in there, but unfortunately you're not home yet, so you're unable to race this week. But it does mean that when we do go racing next time out, you'll be racing pretty much just for your championship and not for the in-season tournament. And I'm sure at this point, after being 3 rounds away, you are hungry to get back on the track with us.
Oh, absolutely, man. I miss it. But we're here at New Hampshire. I'm up in the booth with you, so we'll have a good time for this race. But New Hampshire's a tricky place. Very wide corners, a lot of different options for lines that you can run, cut downs, diamonds, just normal attack into the corners. Whatever you want to do, if you can make speed here, you can do it, and you could possibly win this race.
You possibly can, and looking at where we are in the season, of course, we had a week away from last time out at Pocono Raceway, of course, for the Pennsylvania 150. We've run every race this season with a different race winner to this point of the championship. Will we get a 5th one here in the regular season rounds? We previously had the likes of yourself, Magnus, winning, as well as Kevin Rinker. And then the Rinker brothers have both won a race as well, 2 weeks in a row, or 2 races in a row, we should say. Will we find that 5th winner here this evening, or do we think we may get a double up at some stage for tonight's race here, Magnus? Are we going to see one of those Rinker brothers take the win again, or even Kevin Rinker get himself to the top end of town?
I think we might see a new winner tonight. This is definitely a track that we might be able to judge who's going to be really fast on the short tracks, as we have the All-Star race at Martinsville. That's going to be a good indication. But later on, you see we're at Richmond. That'll be a good tell of who's fast here. Is probably going to be fast at Richmond as well, because how I attack this track is similar to a short track with just long straightaways. So maybe it could be one of the Rinker brothers, but I think we're going to have a different winner tonight.
I'm feeling the same way. I'm feeling that possibility of a new winner could be on the cards for tonight. We could be in for something that's really, really special. I've never had the opportunity to call a race here at New Hampshire, so it's fresh for me. It's new for me to try and figure out who may benefit at this track. But looking at it from face value, I agree. I think it's very similar to Richmond, and those guys that are good around those short tracks, they're going to be the ones. Well, we say short tracks, but really the mile-long short tracks are going to be the ones that'll really benefit from this. It's not similar to a Martinsville where it's super, super short. It's one where obviously you still get up a good amount of power and get some good pace out of the car as well. But yeah, I agree. I think it's it's going to benefit those that do have that history at these shorter circuits and have the benefit of the strategy for these shorter circuits. I mean, I look straight to Will McKellar as someone who we could watch out for. Maybe even a Justin Day, or hell, even Ryan Hatch could sneak his way forward as well tonight. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Unfortunately, we don't have a points graphic this week, as my stupid head forgot to make one, but we can quickly run through the points radio style. So leading the championship at the moment is Kevin Rinker on 217 points. P2 at the moment is Charles Rinker on 176, and then Will McKellar, P3, on 173 as well. Zach Smathers has snuck his way up into the top 5 on 151, with Robert Stevens Jr. making up the top 5 with 147. Mike Rinker, Cody Pruitt, Paul Harris, Blake Hullett, Jesse James, and Justin Day, they make up what is the top 10, although Day is currently equal 11th position with Jordan Miller. James and Hullett are equal P9th. At this stage as well. Go down to the top 16. It's made up with Nick Mercer, Ryan Hatch, Dalton Henson, and Bailey Brannan. So Brannan is the last driver within that top 16. He is the last one at pressure to be knocked out of the 16 and to be knocked out of the possible in-season tournament starting in the next race out at Michigan. So we'll be looking forward to seeing if he can make it and those other drivers around him on the bubble can make it as well. Thinking about the team standings very quickly, and we'll have a quick peruse. 325 Racing, obviously in dominant form, Magnus. They're sitting 145 points ahead of Infinity Motorsport in P2 at the moment. 647 points, plays 502. Hobnobber Racing dropped to P3 on 475 points, with Cornman Racing on 440, Bucket Motor Club on 433, and then Hammerdown Motorsports currently on 385. And they're the last of the teams that have really scored some major points recently. 1320 Enterprise has finally scored some points, thanks to Todd Merkel joining us last week for his first race of the season. The other teams of RC Motors and Velocity Racing Team have not scored points since round 1 this season. It's exciting though, Magnus. I mean, I'm intrigued with this track, how drivers can best approach it through qualifying and into tonight's race as the first qualifying laps are coming into it as well. How do you think is going to be best derived for these drivers? Because it should be a 3-stop race. We've got 2 stages to run through. Lap 60 is the stage end, and then we go all the way to the checkered flag at lap 150. What do you think is going to be their best strategy? Should they take tyres in their first stop prior to the stage break, or should they maybe try and hang onto them until the last 2/3 of the race, where they're pitting at lap 61 and then run 2 tyre sets to the end?
I'm a firm believer in keep a set on the wall for a late race. So I would pit for fuel and wait till that stage to get tires and move on from there. This track is a little abrasive. It really just depends on how you run the track. So if you can manage your tires, you can go pretty far and have some pretty okay tire fall off if you manage them. With this track, it's really easy to go too hard into the corner and really burn your right fronts off. So that's the main concern here. But with strategy-wise, we're going to see a lot of different things. The Rinker brothers, they've been able to figure out that formula on taking tires at different times, as well as the 42 has obviously been really good at fuel saving and finding different fuel strategies to be able to win races. But I really think this race is not really going to come down to fuel strategy and more tire strategy than anything else. So I say keep that last set of tires and hopefully you get a caution at the end to use them and absolutely kick butt.
Well, it is going to be a tyre killer. It's currently a very hot circuit. 110 degrees Fahrenheit is the current track temperature, so it is going to start burning up and chewing through these tyres. So that first stint of 61 laps is going to be very difficult to run on a singular set of tyres, but it is manageable. Could see some cautions tonight as well. I'm of the opinion that I think bare minimum we may get 4 or 5, not including the stage break. So that will be an interesting case to look throughout this race as well. Majority of drivers have finished their qualifying. Kevin Winker's about to get out there to do his lap at this stage as well. Of course, this is the first race where we're back after the unfortunate and untimely passing of course, Kyle Busch a few weeks ago as well. So I'm sure there's a few drivers out there running their Kyle Busch liveries in memoriam of him as well. And you know, from us here in High Side Motorsports and Infinity Broadcasting, we want to give our condolences, of course, to the Busch family. You know, not only to his wife and his children, but his brother as well, and hope that they are doing well at this stage of their grieving process, and that you know, they can try and get back to being as rowdy as possible. You know, as you know, tough as it is, you know, it'll definitely be a long time for that family and for those big fans of Kyle Busch to have the pain of losing him go away, you know, anytime soon.
Obviously, not to break off from that somber moment, but did you see the line that Winker was running? He was running a higher line. That was very interesting to see.
It's worked for him though. It's put him to the top on a 30.001. So he's gained 0.02 of a second over Will McKellar. So I think that higher line's better for him during qualifying. I don't know how good it's going to be for him during the race though, because I think running that higher line is more than likely going to burn away the tyres a lot quicker, and that then may not be the optimal strategy to be run throughout this race for him. Right, we'll get ready for our starting grid for tonight's race. We'll correct the stage end for us, which will be to lap 60. And for tonight's starting grid, it will be as follows. Starting on the front row of the grid, it'll be 325 Racing's Kevin Rinker and Will McKellar. Both of them are within the top 3 of the championship. They're both locked into the in-season tournament as well. So we'll be seeing them battle it out for that in-season tournament, of course. And they'll be starting on a front row lockout here this evening. To row 2, in behind them, we'll find Blake Hullett and Charles Rinker, of course, winner 2 weeks ago out at Worldwide Technology Centre. He'll be hoping for his second win of the season. Will the 8 entry of Rinker as well. To row 3 and the top 6, we'll find Nick Mercero and Ryan Hatch alongside each other. To row 4 and the top 8, we then find Justin Day and Todd Merkel. Good qualifying there from Todd. We'll see if he can put it all together during the race. To the top row 5 and the top 10, Mike Rinker and Bailey Brannon start alongside each other as well. So all the 325 Racing crew will be within the top 10 here this evening off the start line. 2 of the Bucket Motor Club drivers as well will be up there as well. To row 6 and the top 12, we'll find Damon Marotta and Steve Scarborough for our top 12. Row 7 and the top 14 is when we find Brian Day and Jesse James alongside each other too. To row 8 and the top 16, it is Jordan Miller and Justin McCurdy alongside each other. 2 of the nicest looking schemes in the field will start on that 8th row of the grid. To row 9 and the top 18, we then find Austin Stamper and Stephen Linger. It's a very Stars and Stripes themed 9th row of the grid. We'll see if they can freedom their way to a top 10 or maybe even a top 5 finish here this evening. To row 10 and the top 20, it's Zach Smathers and Robert Stevens Jr. alongside each other. To row 11 and the top 22, it's Cody Pruitt and Dalton Henson starting alongside each other as well. Row 12, and it is Nate Owen and Trey Martin out there for the top 24. And to row 13, we'll find John Roberts at the back end of the field. 25 cars all lining up alongside each other, preparing themselves for this race start here this evening out at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And you see there's a little bit of stacking in and amongst this field as they prep themselves for the race start. Get our paints re-downloaded to make sure we've got everyone's paints loaded up properly here this evening. 60 laps on a set of tyres, Magnus. It's going to be difficult, but we'll see if they can put the pieces together, and we'll see how long they can run green for. The key here is, though, we don't want to see any pit stops before lap 21. They will not get enough fuel in the car to get these cars to the end of the stage prior to lap 21 unless we get caution intervention, although in saying that, if we do get caution intervention, I mean they'll need to put less fuel in the car when they get to the stage end.
Absolutely. We'll see how this race goes. We're about to go
through turn 3 and 4, they'll ride. Pace truck will come in. Carbon coats 150 as we prepare ourselves for the race start. It is lap 1 green flag here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and Rinker and McKellar control the field. They've got the, maybe for 325 Racing, the wrong Rinker in behind them in Charles Rinker, putting some pressure now. Ryan Hatch as well. You can see there's a little bit of scrambling further back. Brian Day now caught out in this midfield here, dropping a couple of positions as well. There's a few blinks out there, including Scarborough, who's struggling for that internet connection at the moment. One of the issues drivers I heard were complaining about tonight was the car is struggling mid-corner, Magnus. It's getting loose, but it's also pushing as well mid-corner. That could lead to some dramas throughout the race, including that one there for Ryan Hatch. Mentioned it happens, and Hatch nearly clobbers the wall, luckily to pull it up. But that's one of the issues these drivers are dealing with tonight for the setup that's on these cars.
I can saved it. I don't think he got hit by anyone.
No.
His tires are definitely going to be warm.
Yeah, I believe that was a self lose, but he didn't hit the wall, didn't hit anyone. Very, very lucky that did not end up any worse than what it did. That there was a good save for Ryan, and hopefully he can now push on, get the tyres back down to temperature, and just keep the car under him. Oh, Justin McCurdy off of turn 2, into the wall hard. Early caution here. This is what's happened to McCurdy off of turn 2. So we saw Hatch get loose the lap prior at turn 1. Oh, he disappears. He disappears in the realm, gets loose on the outside. Oh, how did Zach Smathers not collect him? How in the hell did Zach Smathers not collect that car? My God.
That was close.
So close. We're going to get you the ride
Since we
on
have the
board.
time, let's...
Oh my God.
Oh.
Like, that was... Let's see if... I'm pretty sure I have... No, I don't. No. Here we go. This will be a wild one for us here, Magnus. So, off the side of Smathers' car, and then you'll just see that Mountain Dew car appear right in front of him. I don't know how he hit him. Oh, how he didn't hit him. Like, that was insane. Absolutely insane.
Split the gap.
He did. He somehow did. And he somehow kept it going as
Get
well.
a chance. Let's, since we're under caution, let's see that Ryan Hatch save.
Right here, it doesn't actually give me a lose for him, so I have to watch out for any passes that were made.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you see there, so came
He's
down.
by himself.
Yeah. That's tough.
He's
to
still
have.
driving it, though.
He is.
He's dirt tracking it.
Oh, how did Bailey not hit him?
A hell of a save.
That is
a hell of a save.
That is a hell of that is two spins in a row that a driver has nearly been collected by somebody on track, as McCurdy's still struggling with those blinking issues. And again, I'm not surprised that not many have come in. It's too early to be able to fit the fuel in the car, and you want to try and stay out of pit lane as much as possible here. You know, yes, you may hurt if it's a green flag stop later in the race, but it's much better to do it at a time when you know you can get this car back to the end of the stage.
Absolutely. That'll be something to look for as this race goes on, how loose or tight these cars get. I'd imagine center they're going to push, but on exit they're going to get loose.
Well, to get them to the stage end, they need 7 cautions to get these cars to the stage end. I don't see a world in which you get 7 cautions in 21 laps. I mean, mathematically, that does not seem possible, especially after the fact we've just run, you know, nearly 3 laps under green. Do the maths, it doesn't really add up to me.
No.
We would have to average green caution every single restart. That's what the average would have to be for us to caution our way to lap 21. But for Rinker and McKellar, they'll start alongside each other on the restart. We're back underway again. Green flag. Lap 7 of 60 underway here at New Hampshire. And they enter turn 1 once more. But these are the issues we've got to watch out for, Magnus. The pushing of these cars, them getting loose as well. That's making it a real struggle for the balance of the cars out there, and drivers are going to have to try and nurse the tyres, but also nurse this car as much as possible throughout the race. It's not going to be an easy one, knowing the difficulties that these drivers are facing.
So it looks like McKellar just got around Rinker on the outside.
Charles Rinker as well. Some good pace in that 8 car. Trying to get by Rinker too. Watch for Todd Merkel. Good pace tonight, up 4 positions already. And he's looking to put this car onto the podium very, very early on. Have to wonder if Kevin Winker's maybe decided, I'm going to try and fuel save this thing to get a little bit further in the race, but I don't see a world in which he can save 13 laps of fuel to get that thing home. Mike Rinker with Blake Hullett alongside him as they push.
Hullett had an amazing qualifying run here tonight.
He did very well. He's up 3 already.
Yeah.
He started inside of the top 10. It's great to see from Blake Hullett. You see as well David Marotta, Nick Mercer alongside each other too at the back end of the top 10. Justin Day, our driver who sponsored this race with a Carbon Coats 150. He's doing well here inside of the top 10 as well as we enter turn 1-2 once more. See, their drivers are just starting to get into their rhythm now, Magnus. And I would say we are gone from 7 cautions before lap 21 now. They've made 10 laps with only 1 caution at this stage.
Yeah, I don't think that was going to happen. We might see another one before the stage break, but I don't. Once they start to get fanned out, I think what we'll see the most of is just spins off the corner.
Kevin Rinker is still running low. It's very, very conservative run for Winker. It's an interesting strategy, but I have a feeling
he's definitely saving fuel.
I think he's saving fuel, and I think he's trying to save tires as well, because I think he knows.
Oh, in car, sorry.
No, that's okay. I think he wants to make sure these tires are actually going to make the end of the stage, and he may be anticipating that everyone else is going to pit for tires on their first stop, possibly.
Yeah, he's rolling the corner super long. Slowly getting into the throttle. He's definitely saving as much as he can right now.
Yeah, I think he's you know, you got to save everything. You know, you got to save your bits throughout this race. The problem is, the further and further he falls back, the less advantage he will have by saving this fuel and these tires. There you see James and Smathers in behind him as well. You know, starting to put some pressure on him. It's allowed Jordan Miller and Cody Pruitt to get past. Miller now into the top 10. I say it every time we go racing. Jordan Miller's probably got one of the nicest liveries on the track. It seems gorgeous. He looks ready for Homestead Miami later in the season with this thing, and it's a nice little sort of throwback vibe about it as well. As Pruitt is just stuck in behind this little two-wide action of Mercereau and Miller as they cross the line. Lap 14 of 60. We continue to roll onto the stage, but yeah, it's a very interesting strategy from Kevin Winker's perspective here, Magnus. The fact that he's dropped so far down the order to try and save fuel and tyres, how much advantage is he truly going to get trying to save these tyres for the rest of this stint?
A shorter stop for fuel towards the end.
That's true.
And if he's trying to go the whole stage without getting tires, that's definitely going to help him on the long run, not abusing these tires.
Then the thought is it going to give him enough pace advantage to get back past the field and back up into the race lead? You know, if he is saving these tires. So let's say he saves these to the point where they've still got great grip. Or, actually, not great grip. Let's say good grip towards the end of this stage. And other people out there have just not driven the tyres too hard, but they're obviously more worn than his, and they stay on the tyres. Is he going to have such a worldly advantage over them to try and keep this car as fast as possible to be able to get past them? I don't know if he's going to get any truer advantage than... And then the issue is, if anyone takes tyres on the stop and he drops too much time, he won't actually gain that much advantage over them when we get to the stage end, and they're on fresh rubber trying to fight for a position, and he can't really defend it on old rubber.
Where I think the advantage comes in is time made on the pit stop. If he has less time down pit road, that's going to be a lot more time on track. Because if he saves 4 to 5 seconds just sitting in his pit box, it's going to probably be around 8 to 9 seconds on the track.
Well, so the interesting point for the Gen 6s is that you get 1.2 gallons per second put into your car at a time, with only needing 4 gallons to get home to the stage end. How much time you're going to take? You're going to take the 4 seconds. You're going to take however long it takes, no matter what. 1.2 gallons, you know, for a 4-gallon stop, it's going to be roughly a 3-4 second stop. You're not actually going to save that much time compared to those that may only be taking the
tires
4.
And fuel?
Only fuel.
Tires and fuel? It's like...
well, tires and fuel, it's always going to be 14 seconds for the 11 gallons. For right sides, it's always going to be 7 to 8 seconds. So he'll gain on those that take both. He won't gain on those that are only going to take fuel, but he will have possibly better tires under him. Brandon now up on the podium.
He's a little loose.
Yeah.
Ooh, real loose.
Real loose. We see Charles Rinker as well starting to put some pressure now onto Will McKellar as he looks to sneak down the inside. Charles has had some pretty interesting strategy plays over the last few rounds, but they've paid off for him. That race win back at Worldwide Technology Centre, he undercut the field, used the fresher tyres to his advantage in the stage, and then managed to push the car onto a race win. I mean, his strategies have been pretty damn near perfect. As interesting as they've been at the time, you then look back on them and you think that was actually a very sound strategy, and that's played off incredibly well. And I think Charles is becoming sort of a sneaky strategist in this field, and I wouldn't be surprised if some are trying to focus on what sort of strategy he's playing and see if they can almost try and mimic it as best they can.
Well, if you remember, you know who we made the car white against? The car on the outside of him right now. And if I remember correctly, he was not very happy about it.
There was beef between them on the day, and it could
I
get
think
fiery
Rinker's
between
gonna
them. Yeah.
I think he's going to take it real easy trying to get this pass done. Oh, maybe not.
You can see them door to door through turn 1 and turn 2. McKellar and Rinker battling for this race lead. As I want to give a shout out to those that are watching with us today and are in the chat with us already. Jack Oz was out there early on getting into the chat. Kelly Parker's out there supporting Jesse James once again, and Melanie Barker giving the love to the 88 machine in the field as well. That's to Austin Stamper. So great to have you all watching, and if you are watching with us, get into the chat, get chatting along with us. Let us know the driver you want to keep an eye on tonight. We'll try and give him some good screen time all throughout this race. We've also got a long train starting to form here, Magnus, in behind Cody Pruitt, as Jesse James has been down pit road, as James and Smathers have been down.
There was a few cars that went down pit road. It'll be interesting to see where they filter out towards the end here, because they will make it to the stage ends, like really early pitting.
Yeah, interesting that they're trying to undercut so early here. You know, they're only halfway through the fuel run, just about. In fact, they've come out now. It's a very interesting thought process for those guys, and we'll see if that pays out. But that whole team's run that same strategy, around about lap 20 or 21, and they've all come in. And I think they're maybe anticipating that this race may actually go green for a little while longer, and I can't blame them, Magnus. I think actually the way that this field's going, the way they're driving, I'm not getting any indications that we could see a caution anytime soon.
If you're going to see a caution, it's going to be in this little gaggle right here. There's a lot of hard racing going on, jockeying for position. But what's nice about this track is there's a multitude of lines that you can take the corner. So if you're stuck behind someone, you can try different lines to get around.
Oh, Mercero running a little bit deep there into 3 and 4, Magnus. So that's a good showing of the different lines you can play. I thought he was maybe coming in a little bit too hot, but somehow he's made that work for him.
Oh, it'll be a good run down the backstretch. You can try to set it up again and try to get to the inside of him going into 3 and 4 here. Looks like he didn't get the run off the corner that he needed to get there, but going to try low.
Here's Robert Stevens as
Try
well.
to roll the bottom all the way around him and hopefully get onto the gas a little bit sooner and beat him off the corner.
They're still side by
Looks
side.
like he wasn't able to do it.
No, he got a good run in, and it was the same for Stevens. Got a good run into the corner on the inside, but just unable to carry the speed that the midline runner of Marotta and Miller could run on that run. But Stevens here could get an opportunity. He's a little bit closer this time in towards turn 3. He'll go for the same move on Miller, and it's such a back and forth of how do you play it, because the midline's getting the better speed out of the corner, the low line's getting the better speed into the corner, and those low line runners have got to be careful of the issues with the pushing and with the car getting loose as well. As you see Hatch there just snack the wall down the main stretch. I'm unsure why that car snapped like that, but he's sitting in a tough position right now trying to fight on.
I think he'll rebound towards the end of this race, but trying that middle line. Looks like he ran up on Jordan, trying to find another line to get around Jordan. Gonna get that outside run.
Can't quite find it just yet. You see Trey Martin trying to work the inside line. He's a lap down at the moment, but he has been through pit road, so he's just trying to push this car back up on towards the lead lap and maybe undercut this field a little bit here. Rinker now under pressure from his teammate Bailey Brannan up and amongst the top 2 and on the podium at this stage, so he'll let Brannan through and they'll start to work together here to chase down Will McKellar once more. They've got Mike Rinker in behind them, so this is a straight up 2v2 Bucket Motor Club versus 325 Racing Affair with Todd Merkel of 1320 Enterprises lurking in the background of the top 5 right now. But it's the Rinker brothers, McKellar and Brannan, the top 4 positions at the moment.
I think he's getting those tires back underneath him. When he was up by McKellar, I think he ran a little too hard and got them a little too hot, came back. Brandon passed him. Now he's working on Brandon again. We've got a lot of action back here.
I mean, this gaggle of cars has been the place to watch throughout this race. There you see Marotta getting high up there. The car was pushing a little bit too wide. He couldn't quite pull it up. And now he'll have to push on once more for a little bit further on in this race. As Stevens tries to hang on to the midline now. Watch for Trey Martin on the outside. This is not for position, but he is trying to push this car back up towards the lead lap. And of course, oval rules state they are allowed to try and get past drivers out there, Magnus. But if they do make contact, they might be looked at a little bit more poorly. As Martin really making the inside line work for him.
Jordan Miller went into the wall back there.
Oh my God, Jordan Miller. Did he scrape the wall, or did he manage to make it through nice and tidily?
He did great into the wall, it looked like.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He did. We may find that car coming down pit road. Shout out as well, Rhiannon in the chat with us, asking for Breaking Wheels fun little comments to read during the broadcast. We're not getting them at this stage. And then Sean as well in the chat, giving love to Kevin Winker, who currently is sitting back in P19 trying to fuel save this thing. I don't see him being able to fuel save with that at the very end of this race here, Magnus. I think, well, the very end of the stage at the least. There has not been enough cautions to fuel save that car. He may get it a little bit further into the maybe up to lap 50. I cannot see him fuel saving all the way to lap 61 though. That would be a monumental task.
You'd have to be so far behind the field to be able to save all that. Ooh, is Jordan loose again?
I thought he might have been coming down pit road. That such an aggressive lose. I thought it was coming down pit road, but this has been great to see thus far. Green flag running. Definitely the longest green period of the whole race. We only went 3 laps earlier on before we got a caution, and ever since then it has been green flag the whole way. And this is sort of what I suspected to come out of tonight's race. It didn't really feel like it was high pace enough that we were going to get multiple cautions. I thought maybe self-inflicted mistakes could find us there as Brannan brings it into pit road now, out of podium position. We'll see where he ends up in comparison to those that have already pitted on a lap that gets him to the end of the stage, that being the Infinity Motorsport cars of Smathers, Martin and James. Everyone else who has pitted to this point has not pitted late enough to get the cars home to the stage. That includes Owen, McCurdy, and then Ryan Hatch, who pitted on lap 4 as well. They will need another stop to get these cars home to the end of this stage. As the front two are in, and McKellar and Rinker as well. That gives Mike Rinker the race lead, Merkel onto the podium, and Day up on the podium now as well.
I think we're going to see a lot of people going down pit road here within the next 3 laps. I would see
Brannan.
most people pit before lap 40.
This is interesting. So Brannan's come out. There's Smathers, who pitted a lot earlier. So has this undercut worked for that team to pit so much earlier than the front runners? Because this could arguably be for a podium position in the stage here as this battle goes on. Although, interestingly, the reason why is Brannan has taken a full set of tyres, as has Charles Rinker. So track position play for Smathers will look to pay off to get him inside of the top 10. But he probably won't be able to hang with those Bucket Motor Club drivers who've taken the tyres. McKellar appears to have only taken right sides with only 8 seconds in pit road. I tell you what, Magnus, a caution now would really throw a cat amongst the pigeons. We have got
absolutely.
We've got 5 cars a lap down, including Brannan, Smathers, Martin, James, and Roberts. Although I believe Roberts is actually out of this race. But those other cars that are a lap down, if we got a caution now, 4 of them are going to get locked 1 lap down on the race leader if they were to stay out. I don't see the race leader staying out, although Brannon has just unlapped himself, as has Charles Rinker. And Mike Rinker now about to attempt to do the same. But we've only got probably 7 more laps of fuel on board these cars before those drivers are going to have to come down pit road, as Scarborough, Stamper and Linger all come down pit lane.
I'd imagine he's coming within the next 3 laps.
The way he's driving, he's not looking like he's pushing so hard. Rinker now with the fast lap of the race, 29.93. So track is getting faster here, Magnus, faster than qualifying at this stage. If you look at the weather, the temperature has dropped down to 102, so it is actually getting better out there.
Yeah, and the track's going to start building rubber as well.
Could this be better for those tyres, for the drivers that are trying to save them to the stage end?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Higher track temp always sucks. So when it goes down, it's definitely going to help with the tires and going to have a lot more grip, corner exit and corner entry.
We could be in for a battle here momentarily for what could be corrected P5. Justin Day on his fresh set is chasing down Smathers on the old rubber. But Smathers has only got to survive 18 laps to the stage end. I think at this point he can survive within the top 10, but can he survive in the top 5 with much higher grip on the car and behind him? I suppose the benefit's going to be for Smathers when he does get to the stage end, he'll be on fresher tyres than those that have just taken them on this previous stop.
Absolutely.
Miller into pit lane now, so he'll give up his position. Kevin Winker, by the way, still fuel saving. I'm intrigued to see how far he goes. I really am, because we agree he ain't making lap 60, or no, he needs to make 61, because he needs to be able to get to the lap after the stage end to get a legal pit stop, otherwise he'll get an EOL penalty. And moment, he has to be able to hang on to an 8-second gap over Charles Rinker, who is now in the corrected race lead. He's managed to get past Will McKellar. In fact, Brannon is going to try and do the same thing. So full set of tyres looks to work for Bucket Motor Club over the right side choice of Will McKellar. This could be a great gain for that team today.
I know for myself, I would have just splash and go. I would have not taken tires.
It's interesting that they've decided to, knowing that, yes, it's a 3-stop race, but are you committing at that point then to staying out at the stage end? Or are you going to come in under it? Because it's a free caution. The fact that this race has gone green for so long, as Stevens now into pit road, the fact that it's gone green for so long makes me believe that you almost need and have to come down under the stage end. There's nothing to gain from staying out, because you're only going to hurt yourself trying to get to the next stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could see maybe Winker and Hatch and Merkel with them staying out and getting tires before the end of the stage and having those fresher tires to counteract anyone who's getting tires on the stage break. But some of these guys, they're going to have 20 to 18 laps on their tires by the time the stage happens. Now, mind you, rolling around under pace is going to cool down those tires and it'll give them a second wind, but not like having fresh tires.
He's going to reap the benefits of the choices of their strategy. We're waiting for the top 3 to come in for Merkel, Hatch and Winker. The good thing for Hatch is he will have to take less fuel than other cars who have been through pit lane, being that he's already pitted on lap 4. But the struggle with that will be is how far will he drop, and if he is going to take tyres at the stop, well, he's not going to take tyres in this stop for sure, it's going to be a splash, but He's only going to be a few laps away from trying to get that car to the stage end, but he will need a splash to get to lap 61. See as well.
If he committed early, I mean, he didn't really go up the field as much as I thought he would. He might have been saving fuel, and with those extra 4 laps, he might be able to go farther than Rinker, and maybe, this is a huge maybe, might be able to make it to the stage.
Well, we'll see if that can pay off for him to get the car to the stage end. We're on to lap 50 of 60 now, and we wait to see when Ryan Hatch is going to come in. Kevin Rinker, by the way, has now lost position to Charles Rinker, who is chasing down the top 2. Todd Merkel is a further 14 seconds ahead. He's managed to save the fuel to get to lap 50 at this point, but this is a massive fuel save gamble to get it to the end of the stage. For those that pitted, took the safer option, guaranteed themselves to get there, and guaranteed themselves to have the betterment of pace, and possibly the betterment of either a tyre strategy or a fuel strategy going forward. Scarborough is having a blinking issue now in behind James and Marotta, although James is actually amongst this fight, trying to battle away with them. There you see Scarborough still blinking. Merkel's now in. So this was the furthest he could go. Lap 10 to go, lap 51. So when...
Rinker and Hatch stay out.
Oh, very interesting. We know Kevin Rinker is a heavy fuel saver, but he hasn't gained anything from this. That's the issue I'm finding now, Magnus. He hasn't actually gained anything. He's not in the race lead.
Saved a set.
He saved a set.
If he can make it to the end, he saved a set and was able to go 60 laps on a tank of fuel. Impressive in and of itself. And you'll have those fresh tires to start the next stage.
But then the issue becomes...
I mean, it's not a bad gamble if he makes it work.
It's not a bad gamble. But the issue becomes those that didn't take tires have also saved the set. So he's fuel saved this car to try and remain in P2. He's very likely going to lose that to Brannon, who's on much better tires and has much better pace on board this car. With 8 laps left in the stage, is he also going to drop to Mike Rinker? Although the lap times don't really dictate that. He's just ran a 31.57. Rinker ran a 31.29. They'll cross the strike this time. 31.46 for Rinker. What was Mike's time? Across the strike, it was a 31.64. So he's actually running faster than Mike Rinker. On fresh tyres, we got a caution. Zach Smathers is up in the wall. And that there is Nick Mercereau as well. The lifeblood and the lifeline that possibly Kevin Rinker and Ryan Hatch needed to get those cars to the stage end. And you see there it was a slight touch from Mercereau on Smathers that has spun him round.
I think Smathers just got a little tight, nose pushed, wasn't turning.
You see there's on Mercereau actually came up slightly as well. Oh, then you see he slowed, and was that Brannon that ran into the back of him? Or was that?
It might have been.
No, it wasn't Brannon, it was someone else. It's a little bit heartbreaking for Smathers. He would have been on for a good stage finish if not for that contact. But now do you offset your strategy slightly if you're Smathers? Do you just come down pit road, put some fuel in it, put tyres on it, and just stay out at the stage end? Hatch is going to come in.
Might as well.
Rinker's going to stay out. Brannon's in. Rinker's in. No, Brannon is going to stay out. Mike Rinker's in. Will McKellar's in. So they're looking to take this stop. I mean, it's a free stop. You're giving up stage points, yes, but you know you're going to still be in a fairly good position after this. I think they might have been expecting more drivers to come down though.
Yeah, you take those 4 fuel goods right now, a full tank of fuel. You'll jump anyone who comes in for the stage caution, put yourself in good track position to start the next run. You're only going to be off by a few laps compared to everyone else. If you're at the back of the field, you might as well just save a little bit under the few laps that we'll have to the stage.
So is this now good enough for Kevin Rinker to make the stage end?
I think if he thought he wasn't going to make it, he was going to pit there. I think he thinks he's going to make it.
I think the glaring issue is, though, he doesn't have the beauty of a gap behind him to hold off those cars on fresh tyres. Literally every car down to P12 is on fresh Goodyears.
Pressure is the key word there. So we'll see. I mean, I think he could probably hold him off to at least get a stage point or two. But we'll see where he ends up.
This is going to be a very interesting pace car restart. We are going to get ourselves only a few laps to the stage end. It wouldn't have ended it early. It wasn't close enough. It has to be within 5 laps of the stage end to end the stage early. So this has not ended things early for us. 24 has been given an ELL penalty, by the way, for that contact with the 5 car. So Mercer has been put to the back of the field. Pace truck is in. Race restart once more. Our longest green flag run to this race has been over, and now we're back to green flag once again after the caution. And you see Rinker there immediately dropping to Brandon. So how will he survive against this pack of hyenas on fresh Goodyears? He's only got to survive 3 laps, but he can easily drop a lot of spots in only 3 laps time here as Stamper and Marotta battle away for position. Well, they're nearly 3 wide into turn 3 and 4. You see Rinker now under pressure from Justin Day on the outside. Pruitt as well. He's struggling on those tyres here, Magnus. I think he should have come down pit road.
Maybe, but I think you'll be able to at least get some points for the stage caution. Got one more lap, basically, to do it.
1 lap,
Just
white
hold the wheel
flag on the
pretty.
stage. Just keep the car on the straight and narrow. You see on the outside, Blake Hullett. Watch for Todd Merkel as well. He might only drop 1 more spot and go down to P8, but he would have been better off just pitting the car earlier on. He would have been up and around the podium if he just pushed the thing. But that's the issue for Rinker. He played a gambling game, trying to play to pace cars. It's a very, very hard thing to do. Charles Rinker, though, will come around turn 4. He will cross the start-finish strike. He'll win the stage ahead of his teammate Brayley Brannon. Day ahead of Pruitt, Stevens, Rinker, Hullett, Merkel, Marotta, and Mike Rinker makes up the top 10 for stage 1.
That'll be interesting to see who goes down and gets 4 feel goods, who goes down and just tops off.
Well, I would assume those that already took tyres on that last stop will be staying on this set for the foreseeable future. The problem is going to be here, Magnus, if they do that, they have to run to lap 105 on a set of tyres before they can even get the car home. So if they're going to run nearly 70 laps on a single set of tyres, that is going to be a very tough task for them.
10 laps farther than what Rinker just did, so it's possible.
But then you look at the drivers that will come in now and take those tyres. They're only going to be running on them for 45 laps. So, and then after that, it's 45 to the end. So, for the guys who are having to run this long stint on tyres, they're either going to be caught out without a set, or they're going to be on an old set for the foreseeable future. As Justin Day has stayed out, as has Blake Hullett, as has Merkel. Rinker's stayed out, although we suspected he may. He pitted under the last caution. Brian Day, Will McKellar, McCurdy, Scarborough, Hatch, have all stayed out. And Kevin Rinker has run out of fuel. And he's having to get pushed back to pit lane. Race control will look at this. There could be a penalty coming because I don't believe he's allowed to get pushed back to pit road.
I think if that went green, Hatch would have made it.
He might have. I don't think Rinker would have.
I don't know if Rinker would have.
I don't think Rinker would have, but I think Hatch would have made it. But would he have held on to his position that he was in? I don't know.
I don't know.
So half the field have taken tyres, half the field have only taken fuel. So Charles Rinker, Bailey Brannan, Cody Pruitt, Robert Stevens Jr., Dan Marotta, Austin Stamper, Nate Owen. They have all taken fuel. Same for Linger. Everyone else took tyres on that stop. But I have a suspicion that race control are going to have a look at that of Rinker getting pushed back to pit lane by Mercer Road. And they may have something to say about it. Confirmation of the stage results for you. Charles Rinker wins it ahead of Bailey Brannan, Justin Day, Cody Pruitt, Robert Stevens Jr., Kevin Rinker, Blake Hollett, Todd Merkel, Damon Rodder, Mike Rinker was our stage results. Stage 1, if you're just joining us, Hamish Munro here with you. Magnus Anderson alongside. We're out at New Hampshire Motor Speedway this evening for the Carbon Coats 150. It's round 5 of Season 2 of High Side Motorsports, live and in colour here on Infinity Broadcasting. The pace truck is going to be coming in momentarily, and we'll be going green flag running once more off the end of the Stage 1 caution. And Breaking Wheels in the chat has been going off this whole time. I unfortunately do not have a Ric Flair impression to read those as Ric Flair.
Can you at least do the woo?
Woo! There you go. There's my woo.
We'll work on it.
No, we'll work on it. I mean, I could try it, but it will not be very good, I promise you. Buy the champagne, because that's terrible. That's terrible. I've tried that, and that is bad. But the last comment saying, pour the champagne because the real show starts now. Woo! So,
it absolutely does start right now.
It does. And you've got to be styling and profiling. The jet wheeling and dealing driver out there is going to be the one to push on to try and get this race win. Blake Hollett, Justin Day, front row off this restart. Todd Merkel, Mike Rinker ahead of Brian Day. Will McKellar, Justin McCurdy, Steve Scarborough, Hatch and Stevens is the top 10. Restart zone. As we get the green flag running, and it is 85 laps to go here in the Carbon Coats 150. I don't like that I'm being flamed in the chat now because I did a woo and I can't do it very loudly because I don't want to have to just woo the whole house away. Day and Rinker, though, battling here. Hollett and Merkel getting a bit close together. There was nearly contact then, Magnus. Oh, we've had Steve Scarborough blinking further back. I thought it could have been a big one, but it wasn't. They've managed to survive, but this is now the toughest point of the race. We're back with the whole field tucked up together again. Some are on new tyres, some are on old tyres, and the struggle's going to be the grip differential. Will we see anyone get caught out together? Will we see any moments happening as Day and Rinker battle for the race lead?
Looks like Merkel's wanting to peek his nose in there. It looks like we might have a 3-car race for the lead. Oh, and as McKellar is getting here as well.
McKellar trying to get into it with Hollett and Day. Watch for Ryan Hatch as well. Oh, we see there Hollett just running high. 3 wide off of turn 2. Staggered now down the back stretch. Ryan Hatch in the hot zone. Can he hang on the outside? Last time out at Pocono was one of his best drives we've ever seen from him, Magnus. And he'll want to try and maintain that sort of regimen and that sort of performance coming throughout tonight's race.
There's a hornet's nest back towards the back of the pack.
They're all going for it tonight. You can just see the sort of pressure that Miller's now applying to the back of Pruitt's car. Brannon down the order a little bit. He's trying to fight his car forward. He's got his teammate Rinker in behind him. Then there's Kevin Winker. So Winker, who was pushed back to pit lane, continues on here back in P16. As the fight for the top few continues on. Merkel and McKellar fighting away. Mike Rinker ahead of them. The big issue with this track, outside of pit lane, there's not much, you can't really gain very much time, Magnus, over the rest of the field. As McKellar now comes down the inside, you don't really get a chance to open it up and break away. You have to run consistently faster lap times to build yourself a good gap, and it's very, very difficult to do here at these short tracks.
I think longer into the run as we go, I think we'll see a few cars break away. But you'll definitely see the pack where you'll see a few cars at varying speeds.
So McKellar now into the race lead. Rinker, Merkel together. These are all drivers that pitted back on lap 55. They're going to have to go 50 laps on this fuel to get these cars to the critical lap of lap 105. It'll take that little bit of fuel saving. The beauty is they would have saved 2 laps as Hatch has gone round again at turn 1-2. Off into the tri-oval. On the infield, sorry. Hatch is off. And that is going to drop him massive position straight to the back end of town.
He was having a real good run, too.
You can see there getting loose off the corner. Damon Marotta battling. Oh, Justin McCurdy! Oh, it's straight into Kevin Winker! Caution's out! Winker's been clapped with Justin McCurdy. And I think Charles Rinker had a moment as well. Oh, he did! Straight into the side of him. Top 2 in the championship, both caught up in that moment. So, Marotta on the inside, comes up high, little bit of bad spatial awareness, and puts McCurdy straight into the wall. Well, this has opened up certainly a can of worms here, Magnus. Really has.
I don't know what you do here. Do you pit? Do you stay out? Do you go top off? What do you
if,
do?
I think if you're at the back of the field, maybe you top off just to offset your strategy a little bit.
You know who this helped is Ryan Hatch. And it's going to catch him back up to the field. Man, he's gotten a few big breaks this whole race. So, Hamish, here's the question.
Yes.
What voices are you going to do tonight?
I don't know. I'm most I wouldn't say proud. I'm most confident in Jesse the Body Ventura. It's probably the most confident one I have. But
you got a Macho Man?
Oh yeah, I have a Macho Man. Ooh, yeah.
Well, let's hear a Macho Man. Come on.
Who's gonna snap into a Slim Jim and get themselves a race victory?
That's probably the extent of it. I'd have to try and think of quotes that he would say.
If I wasn't in a hotel room right now, I'd give her a whirl.
That's probably the best time to give it a whirl. Surely.
Surely?
Yeah. You never know, Magnus. You might find a nice Canadian woman next door who might decide that she likes the Macho Man.
I think my fiance would kick my butt if that happened, but we'll give her a whirl next caution.
Maybe your fiance is the nice Canadian woman in this scenario.
I wish. Well, it looks like we had a few takers, and that's it. We're going to see how this goes.
Top half of the field has stayed out. Bottom half of the field has all come in to this point. Mercer's gotten his lap back. McCurdy's now a lap down, and I think he's actually out of this race. He's out of this race. So, pace truck will come in. We've dropped 2 cars in this one. Dalton Henson never got the race started as well. That's an important one too. He's in a good championship position. 74 laps to go as McKellar, Rinker, Merkel and Stevens battle inside of the top 4. As you see now, there's a whole gaggle of cars together once again here, Magnus, as they fight for top 10 supremacy. Oh, Brannan got loose. And there you see the checkup in behind him. He kept it together, gave a little door to Smathers. But, oh, it was an interesting one. Another point I'm finding interesting here, Magnus, some drivers who pitted then actually took tyres. Very intriguing choice. That might mean that they're going to have to use their last set in their final stop of the race around about probably lap 115 to lap 20 is when they're going to be coming in next time by.
You're going to be hoping and praying that this race goes green.
That's what they want. Smathers now getting a good bit of pace here. He's behind his teammate Jesse James. They got Hullett in behind them as well. You see Pruitt and then Trey Martin now inside of the top 10. Austin Stamper trying to chase down the top 4. But these cars have got some good pace out there. Pruitt just sneaking that nose on the inside of the 29 machine as they push on once again. 71 laps to go. Will McKellar, race lead. Mike Rinker, Robert Stevens Jr., the Todd Merkel, Austin Stamper. In amongst the top 5, although he is now dropping. He's in this battle here, tight knit with Trey Martin, Jesse James, trying to make this work as well. Oh, he's gotten a bit loose though into turn 3. We're right on board with him. In behind that battle between Martin and Stamper together. There's Pruitt. Merkel's just up the road. There's Kevin Winker as well, who somehow is back into this thing after that contact with McCurdy. I don't know how he's done it, but he's used the fast repair. He's pushing this thing on. And now he's fighting in the front of the field as Pruitt now tucked on the inside. Oh, you saw there, Magnus. Winker didn't really leave much space, neither did Pruitt. They both have a bit of a coming together, and Winker just scraping the wall on that high side. Pruitt's car, though, looks really, really loose right now.
Yeah, you're going to start building loose.
This battle's on between Miller and Pruitt. Oh, look at Smathers trying to push on now. Feisty and hungry to get this car forward. There's Charles Rinker in behind him as well. As this fight continues on amongst this pack of cars, it's unbelievable, Magnus, how close it is and how tight it is between these drivers. Oh, Jesse James! Jesse James getting loose off of 2. Into the wall. Continuing it going now, but he is struggling in this car at this point in time.
I think we're going to see a lot more of this. Cars getting loose.
Kevin Winker now on that outside of Robert Stevens Jr. Blake Hullett fighting away.
Really loves that outside line. If you watch him, he goes in, rolls super far, all the way through the corner, starts to throttle up. It's a great line that he's running.
He's making it work for him at this point. Will McKellar, by the way, started to break away here now, 1.3 seconds. I mentioned I didn't think anyone was going to be able to break away. He has started to build that gap out, though, thanks to the battling in behind him. So that's probably the saving grace for Will McKellar at this point in time. Winker, though, one of the freshest tyre runners He's got good grip, Magnus. So the fresh tyres probably actually flipped the script on him here. Off that fuel save earlier on. Justin Day has had a moment further back, as is Steve Scarborough.
Ooh.
And I think it was actually Ryan Hatch that's brought it out. It was. Let's watch this back. Jesse James on his outside. Oh, just comes up.
Just got tight.
Yep. James got tight. Hatch got, or Hatch pushed, ran high. Bit of a coming together between the two of them.
Oh man, you know what this means.
What does it mean, Magnus?
Well, I'm a man of my word, and I will attempt to do a Macho Man Randy Savage.
Would you like to read one of the chats that is in the... that is it.
Oh, I had ChatGPT give me a little script here.
Cars are in pit lane, by the way. Just to top off with some fuel at this stage, it seems.
Oh, yeah. Take a look around, brother. The mountains of New Hampshire. Smell the burn of rubber in the air. And right in the middle of it, boom! The magic mile. Dig it.
What?
That's all I got.
What an impression. It started out strong as the Macho Man and it ended with the Nacho Man, Magnus Anderson. But it it was a very good effort.
We'll work on it, okay?
We'll work upon it, yeah.
When I'm racing, you just get into the car. I'll work on it over the next few weeks while I'm just driving around.
You need a Slim Jim
and we'll do a
livery
full
now.
interview.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll do a full interview in Macho Man.
You need a Slim Jim livery now, Magnus, just to match that vibe.
I feel like I could definitely rock a pretty... I mean, the shades and the outfits that he had were pretty top notch. I feel like I could rock with a
definitely a lot of
Macho
pomp and circumstance that was brought to life by Macho Man. But, we've got a lot of cars that came down pit road, by the way, on this caution, took tyres and fuel. The only one that didn't was it was Trey Martin, sorry. Martin only taking fuel on that stop. So the top 6 cars have not come down pit road this time by, as well as Steve Scarborough, who last been on lap 75. Everyone else has been down pit road. Let's offset a little bit of strategy. We'll see now how well they can make it home. We are 64 laps away from the end of this race off of that last pit stop. So a little bit far away. Jackal's in the chat saying 56, sniffing the nose when the space wasn't there. That doesn't happen off of the caution that was brought out between the contact of Hatch and Jesse James out there, Magnus.
Yeah.
So that's the thoughts of the chat, is they feel that probably self-inflicted for Hatch on that one. He's got really started once more. And in fact, he was given an EOL penalty because of it. So that was a decision made by race control. Hatch was the driver.
I mean, it was
fault.
definitely on him. He got tight in the corner and pushed up 100% every day. That's going to be on him.
I suppose he's used that to his advantage by pitting, knowing he was going to be at the back of the field, and now offsets that strategy a little bit. So he got a pit stop out of it, and he's already at the back end. I suppose that's worked out for him in terms of fuel and tyre strategy to this point of the race. As Brannon getting loose here into Pruitt. Bit of contact. Will be a caution possibly. Pruitt up in the line. It is. There's Brannon. Off the road. James spins round as well. So we saw it happening live on our screens. And Brannon's going to come straight down pit road. So let's go back a little bit here, try and see how this worked out. So we see Brannon go for a very, very aggressive dive into a very small gap, slides up into Pruitt, and then the contact's made, and it's a Constantina, and that's on Brannon, unfortunately for him. He'll get an EOL because of that.
He was sliding hard into the corner before he even made contact. He really crammed it in there.
Cram bam, thank you, ma'am.
You're Rinker. You gotta just be like, do you think I can save enough fuel to make it to the end? I bet here.
76 laps he would have to save.
If anyone can do it,
It would be
out of
Kevin
anyone
Rinker.
in this field, it would be Kevin
He
Winker.
would be getting investigated for having a spare fuel cell in the car if he did that.
Nah, it's just longer lines.
Apparently SVG is leading the Cracker Barrel 400 right now, Magnus. Is he finally learning ovals?
That man's gonna be scary when he finally learns an oval. I mean, more power to him. Charlotte, he did extremely well, in my opinion. Unfortunately, my YouTube TV does not work here in Canada, so... Well, I guess it's on Prime, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm missing out on watching the race. Well, I'll see you later. I'm going to go watch the race.
And as we suspected, 6 of Bailey Brannan getting an EOL penalty. Out of the backfield goes Bailey Brannan. I suppose if he knew he was going to get it, he could have pitted then and just topped it up with fuel. And it's similar to Ryan Hatch last time, who's been a bit late again, by the way. So another little fuel top up for him. That could have worked out for Bailey in terms of pitting, putting some fuel in it, and just pushing on. Good gain, though, for Charles Rinker to this point. Back up to P1 with Kevin Winker alongside him on this front row restart. Then behind them, they've got Blake Hullett, Brian Day, Jordan Miller, Robert Stevens Jr., Will McKellar, Mike Rinker, Justin Day, and Austin Stamper, the top 10 for this restart. Pruitt, Merkel, Marotta, Smathers, Mercero, Linger, Martin, Owen, Scarborough, James, Hatch, Brannan. Those are the cars left in the field. That is the running order for this restart zone. 6th caution of the race. If we went green to the end, I'd actually be pretty bang on the money here, Magnus. I think we were going to have 5 cautions outside of the stage end. As we get up towards the restart zone, green flag once more as we will prepare ourselves for what's to come. And we'll take a sit back for a few laps. And we'll rejoin you soon after the Rinker Construction Remodeling Crank It Up segment here on High Side Motorsports. Don't go anywhere. It's the Carbon Coats 150. Action still to come, commentary to return. Caution is out, and it's a big one, it seems. This is how it's come about for those drivers further back in the field. Zach Smathers is one of the drivers involved there. You see Pruitt and Merkel were battling away.
I think it was brother-on-brother action there.
And there you see Charles Rinker round.
Up ahead of it.
Yeah, Smathers nowhere to go. So, actually, no, I think it was Will McKellar. It was Will McKellar, I think, with Charles. Oh, no, it was brother-on-brother.
It was brother-on-brother.
Oh, that's going to be a feisty family gathering to be a part of. Watch it here full time. Just gets a little bit too deep. Does you think they were part of a drift team? As McKellar actually drilled his own teammate and then Smathers into the back of Charles Rinker's car as well. This is pretty big for the championship here, Magnus, because Charles has already used his fast repair. Smathers is about to have to use his. How damaged? Oh, that 8 car's done.
He is dog walking.
That car that is finished. Meatball flag on Rinker's car. Brannan's into pit lane once again. Smathers is going to have to fix his car up, but I think we can confidently say Charles Rinker's race is over here at New Hampshire.
It's unfortunate to see. Just a trailing arm.
Oh, and I think Smathers has accidentally used his fast repair earlier in the race as well, so I think his race could be over too. It's a real shame for both of those drivers. And I'm sure Zach is... I would drag him in, but I'm sure he's in no mood. He's been trying to sort out his triples this past weekend. And unfortunately, that'll mean that both of their races are over and done with at this stage. Oh, Dalton Henson in the chat.
I don't think that's the last we're seeing of
oh no, Charles is back out there. Charles is back out there. So is Zach. So they've actually managed to fix the meatballs, but they're actually still going. But Smathers is going to need cautions now to fix this thing with optionals in pit lane.
This is insane.
Yeah. Dalton Henson in the chat.
I didn't know the modified feature was running.
What was that?
I said I didn't know the modified feature was running with our race.
Apparently it is. To be fair, it's not crapping or anything, so he's just missing the front end. Dalton Henson in the chat with us, by the way. Had internet issues. My Ethernet port isn't working. Bummed I missed out. It's a shame, Dalton. We would have loved to have seen you out there. Hopefully we'll see you out there again for Michigan next time out. So, Kevin Rinker, Brian Day, the top two. Stevens, Hullett, Stamper, Rinker, Day, McKellar, Marotta, Merkel. That is the top 10. We're going to return to the Crank It Up segment once more. And hopefully we get a little bit longer on this one here as green flag once again. Back with you shortly after the RCR Crank It Up segment here on High Side Motorsports. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We're still running here. 50 to go here tonight in the High Side Motorsports Carbon Coats 150. We're actually only 4 laps away from critical lap now for these cars being able to get home on fuel. So if we get a caution within the next 2, we'll see drivers come into pit road trying to get those cars to the end of this race. We were having a little laugh in the background then of noticing, oh, Ryan Hatch has just got a meatball flag. Ryan Hatch has got a meatball flag. What has he done? I think he scraped the wall. And I think the steering's broken on that car as McKellar's dropping as well. What has happened to Ryan Hatch?
Well, if there was a lap to pit, now would be the time.
Both Brannon and Smathers got past him. Oh, that's how.
Ooh.
He rear-ended Trey Martin.
I don't know. Oh.
Oh, okay. So Martin was in a Cornman Racing sandwich, it seems. Miller's come up. Hatch has come down and put Martin into the wall. That actually might lead to a drive-through for Hatch because he's already had his EOL penalty tonight. And he does not want to have to serve a drive-through under green.
Looking more like a racing deal than anything. That 3 wide, you got to give him a little bit of a break.
No. I am giving.
We'll see what the admins call.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not giving him blame at all. I'm stating if they do find it not in his favour, it will be a drive-through. That's what I'm putting across at the moment. Although they have not deemed that. So just to confirm, lap 156, just for they're actually going to review it. So it's not going to be determined just yet, Magnus. So they're going to review that one post race. We'll see what they say about it. Ultimately, I don't really have much opinion on that one without looking at it from multiple different angles. And I think that's the key.
I agree.
Different angles could give you different beliefs. Different angles could give you different evidence. And the fact that they're going to put it to a further review obviously means they need to look into it deeper to figure out why it's happened or how it's happened. But to get back to the story of why we were laughing, having a chuckle, it's because Charles Rinker, yes, is without a meatball flag, but he is crabbing this car around the whole circuit. And just the visual of this thing offsetting into each corner was really tickling me. It really was. As Jordan Miller has just dropped, and I think Miller is really struggling with that internet right now. So we come through.
Looks like they're going to put a little bit of pressure on Rinker here.
Yeah.
It seems like they're catching him and then not finding a way to get around him.
Oh, was that Stevens scraping the wall then off of 3? Off of turn 4?
That was.
Yeah. So just struggling for that push. He's just trying to keep it under him at this point in time. Stamper's now gotten past Brian Day. He's got Justin Day behind him. So those Day boys be looking to shine a new light onto this one. Mercero as well is involved in this too. Marotta ahead of them is battling here with Miller, Merkel, and Mike Rinker. Somehow he's still in this race. Unsure how, but he's stayed within it. It is still anyone's game, arguably, though, because anyone could get involved in an incident at any point. Staggered 3 wide through turn 1 and 2. And the later this race goes on, the more pressure that's going to be applied, the later in the day it's going to be, and tiredness will be a factor. As McKellen out of the inside of Stevens, trying to get up behind his teammate in the top 2 spots. They're going to make it work for them. And now it is 3-2-5 Racing leading 1-2 with Winker and McKellar in behind each other.
Ooh, Winker into the wall, just a little bit off corner exit there.
Robert Stevens to the inside, trying to fight on for the rest of this race. We're now past critical lap, so if we get a caution here, Magnus, everyone's going to be down pit road because everyone will want to guarantee themselves getting home. And it'll be intriguing when they jump and when they decide to make those stops. See, Smathers now is still struggling with this damage, by the way, as is Charles Rinker. So these guys are just trying to get home, get the points on the board, and try and lock themselves in.
Ooh.
Oh, caution's out. Nick Mercer, O'Brien, Day, and Linger have all come together.
Big one.
And this is exactly what the field wanted. Get in pit lane, fresh tyres, fresh fuel, push the car to the end. And this is how it's happened. Oh, my God. Brian Day has had an almighty lose into turn 3. Oh, he got drilled. He got drilled by the 91. And Mercero is an innocent party in that one.
Sounds rough.
Running on board with Linger. See there, he just didn't slow. And he's just clapped him straight into 3. Whole front half of the field's in. Brannon's staying out. So he's feeling, well, he's got to try and save 10 laps of fuel. I don't know if there's enough in it to save 10 laps, Magnus. I know we saw Winker do it earlier. I don't know if there's enough in it, though.
With how he's racing, I don't think so. You would have to commit to saving fuel early to be able to save 10 laps.
McKellar out in the race lead. Winker out as well. Those guys have not taken tyres. Winker has. So Winker, although McKellar's taken right sides. Hatch, I think, was already waived. possibly. He's actually coming past
lucky
the field.
dog.
He's not come in, but he already came in on 102. So Hatch will actually make the
Yeah.
end of this race now. So, but he will have to go to the back of the field because of drivers coming out of pit road. So he'll slot him behind Jesse James. Trey Martin, I believe, will be behind him. It will be. So Rinker and Smathers have been through pit road to fix up their cars. Still damage on them, though.
Still crab walking, but not as bad.
Not as bad. Martin's been through as well to repair some damage, so those guys all trying to hang on. So an intriguing strategy from Bailey Brannan, but one that we both feel will not be good enough to get him to the end. He would need 5 cautions to get this car home. This is 1 of 5. He really needs some eye-pacing to get this car home now. And that's going to be a difficult task.
He might be saving that last set.
Might be. To the restart zone. 36 laps to go here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Brannan pulls away. Merkel and McKellar fight side by side with Rinker and Pruitt battling in behind them as well. Robert Stevens Jr. looking to have some good pace here in the late run. Miller, and then Owen and Marotta and Hullett. That's the top 10. Oh, Owen up in the wall. Owen riding up high into the wall. He'll keep it going, but that will drop in pace to the cars in behind him. 3 wide, 3 wide, nearly 4 wide into turn 1. Just staggering in 2 sets of 2. They continue to push. Merkel and Rinker now side by side. In behind Brannan. Where's McKellar gone? McKellar's dropped to P9.
Doesn't happen to McKellar.
I reckon he's just been caught up high and dry, and he's dropped position now. Let's open the window for Merkel and Rinker now to challenge here, and for Cody Pruitt, who's trying to push on. Merkel now wanting to take the race lead from Brannan, side by side down towards turn 3. Merkel now into the race lead. Fast lap of the race, by the way, Cody Pruitt, 29.8, so the track has gotten faster. And that 16 machine is one of the fastest on the circuit. Gets up high, though, into the door. Brannan up in the wall. Through will come Kevin Rinker. Marotta as well. Robert Stevens Jr., Jordan Miller all trying to follow him through. Brannan in the wall again off of turn 2. Struggling for grip after the door from Pruitt. And this is the dangerous gaggle of cars. Well, we could see a caution come out of it. Oh, Brannan is struggling for grip now. That car is hurting, and he is really on struggle street at the moment.
Oh, Jordan Miller loose.
Oh, Miller. He held on to Brannan loose as well. Brannan goes round. That'll be a caution. Jesse James trying to pull it up. Breaks the car. Spins it nearly as well, but there is the caution. Will pit lane line up once more? We suspect.
I don't think we're done with this yet.
I don't think we are. Does Brannan come down? Does he come in, put the tyres on it, and push on? Smathers is in. Got to fix that car. Charles Rinker's actually stayed out, by the way, with that offset. But Smathers in to fix this thing up. Pace Truck has now picked up the race leader. We'll re-rack him and restack him once more. Let's have a quick chat.
I'm sure Rinker's car turns amazingly into the corner.
Yeah. Let's have a quick chat to Zach Smathers to see how much longer is left on his pairs. Hello, Zachary. Welcome in.
Hey, Hamish. How we doing?
Good, thank you. Not so good for you today, obviously. A couple of repairs needed right now. How much longer is left on those optionals?
Well, we've got 3:35, so I think we're going to take the lap down, try and get as much, maximized repairs as we can. But it's a tough day. Tough day. It's a tough track. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of them days, I guess. But we're going to try and power through it and see how good we can finish.
On the good side, though, at least you're winning in the modified class right now.
Yeah, that front end. I mean, I will not be overheating. I can tell you that much.
Well,
Stay positive.
If only it was at Talladega, then you wouldn't have any issues at all with it. But yeah, hopefully you can get the car back out there, fix it up, get it running. Another 2 cautions, you'll be back on the lead lap in no time, and we wish you the best.
Yeah, the way
luck.
it's going, we might get it. So, like I said, we're just going to see what we can do. Get ready to head out now, and hopefully it starts running a little better. So,
well, you're still without that
we'll give her
front end,
hell.
so you may need 2 more just to get it repaired. So, but we wish you the best of luck.
Have to beat this pace car out first, where it doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you don't, you might as well come back in again. But we wish you the best of luck, Zach. Thanks so much. We'll chat to you soon.
Thank you, Hamish. Thank you, Magnus.
Thank you.
Yeah. He did beat it off.
He did.
No, stop that. We'll explain that when you get older.
Yeah. Well, if you don't understand that joke, just
He beat the pace car off, okay? He beat the pace car off of pit road.
He did. He managed to stay ahead, Lightning McQueen style, and got it out of pit road. Well, Merkel and Rinker, top 2. Marotta, Stevens, Pruitt, Day, Stamper, Mercer, Owen and Martin now the top 10. Big gainers amongst that top 10 as well. Multiple cars up double-digit positions as we are now. Green flag once more. Todd Merkel leads the way into turn 1. That 2 car has got great pace about it. Can he hang on to it? And can he push on for that a little bit longer? Kevin Rinker putting great pressure on him right now, Magnus. Robert Stevens having a great run. He's up 17 positions. Pruitt up 14. Martin up 16. Owen up 12 to this stage of the race. So double-digit gainers thus far. There's some double-digit losers in McKellar down 10. Hatch down 12. Hullett and Rinker, that being Charles, down 16 apiece. Oh, Martin getting loose.
I think Merkel needs to stop running that bottom line and move up another line and kind of block where Winker's running. Take his line away, make him run somewhere else.
Well, Rinker may be willing to go for the inside here down at turn 1. Through he goes. And that worked out well for Rinker.
Crossover maybe. Nope. Well, he's there. Just a little bit.
Oh, caution. Nate
Caution.
Owen, Jesse James. We've had a moment on the back stretch. This is how it occurred. As we're on board with James, we'll watch from the skies. They see on his inside his own teammate Trey Martin, McKellar in behind. Was there a knock then from McKellar, or did he just get loose?
I think he just got loose. If there was a touch, it was very slight, but I think he just got loose off corner exit.
So close! Oh my God! Let's watch this back in full speed. Yeah, I think he's just gotten loose. Oh my! How in the hell did McKellar not get collected then?
Keep your foot in it. That's all you can do.
Well, I'm going to assume it is now time for the scheduled Zach Smathers pit stop once more. Charles Rinker, Ryan Hatcher, and Jesse James is in. So those drivers trying to fix up their cars. Run down pit road once again. Cars will continue to get repaired here across this portion of the race. Brian Day gets his wave around. Back to the lead lap now on the 10th caution of this race. It's been caution heavy late in the day, though.
I wonder who still has tires right now.
I don't know if anyone does.
I would assume no one does.
Mike Rinker and Todd Merkel, maybe? 7.3 second stop for Rinker on the last time by, 9.4 second stop for Merkel last time by.
If there's any time, this would have been the time to get those last set.
Now, does Smathers try and get out before the pace car, or is he going to try, or is he going to go one lap down again? He's going to go another lap down, so that'll be 2 laps down now for Smathers. Rinker will get out. Car's crabbing less this time. Oh no, Smathers is going to try and push to get out again. We may see a scenario now, though, Magnus, where they just come straight back in again and try and repair it that little bit more. They've beat it out, so they'll get out ahead of the pace truck. Winker and Merkel now the top 2, but yeah, those mechanic crews, they're getting their money's worth out of them today.
They're definitely working on those cars.
Information from race control. Had an EOL penalty previously to the 87 car for that incident with Bailey Brannon earlier on. We're back to green flag running. It was, I believe, an EOL the way of the 17 car on the previous incident. So Jesse James had that EOL penalty off of that moment for the self-spin. And I suppose that then begs the question, Magnus, should self-inflicted incidents where someone else has actually collected you after you've spun, should that result in a penalty when you've actually just self-spun the car and you've not actually, like,
I think it's your job to take care of your car and make sure that you're not losing control. Like, the moment that you lose control, that's on you. It's obviously on other drivers to miss. I think you could have an argument if you don't hold the brakes after you spin out, or spinning back into traffic to try to save the car instead of spinning it out. It kind of goes either way, you know.
Well, I think Jesse James is out of this race, by the way. I think he actually got a black flag because he was unable to complete his EOL penalty without enough time to actually get to the back of the field on that last stop. So he's actually jumped back to pit lane. I think he might be out of today's race. McKellar battles with Murata. It is really unfortunate for James. As the gaggle of
I
cars
think if there's anyone who's going to beat Winker, it's going to be McKellar. He's had a fast car all day.
He's also on 8-lap fresher tyres. 29.69, fastest lap of the race. So McKellar's got good speed on board this 92. I mentioned at the start of the show, I thought if we were going to get a 5th different winner tonight, it might be him. It's proving to be correct right now, is Will McKellar, who's got good pace on board this Mustang, side by side with Merkel in towards 3 and 4.
Get the run off, hopefully clear himself, and then he can just focus on one car.
Oh, and it's his own teammate. He gets loose, though, into turn 1 and 2. Now, will there be onus put on Winker's season, being that he's leading the championship, or are they going to give McKellar a win? That's going to be the determination of the team.
Caution.
Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller has gone off. This is off of turn 2. 3 wide, nearly staggered 4 wide. Martin on the outside, from the inside, just comes up, self-clears across Pruitt's nose. And Martin into the side of him. Oh, that was Scarborough. An unlucky recipient of that one. But yeah, just an unfortunate self-clear has led to that moment for Miller.
I think he was expecting the 16 to fade up a little bit, or he didn't realize he was 3 wide, but he still cleared himself up.
And the 29, unfortunate, nowhere to go. Trapped against the wall. There's a conversation I was having the other day on another broadcast for Talladega. Where would you rather be if you were 3 wide? On the outside next to the wall, in the middle, or on the very inside? My preference would be on the inside, because at least you've got somewhere to go if something happens. If you're caught in the middle on the outside,
not to be 3 wide.
Well, if you're at Talladega, you don't really have much choice. But yeah, if you're in that scenario, I think I'd much rather be on the inside than be either the middle or the outside, because, as I said, at least you've got somewhere to go to take avoidance. You haven't really got that option when you're caught up against the wall, or when you're caught up in the middle between 2 cars. Zach Smathers is back onto the lead lap, by the way, but we suspect he'll come straight down pit road, continue to work on this car, and he'll probably come down once he actually catches the field to get the most out of it.
Still winning in the modified class, though.
He is still winning in that modified class. And this is almost putting the importance of never quitting, continuing to push on. Yes, we've got 16 laps to go, but anyone could get caught up in anything at any point here, Magnus. We could still continue to go caution after caution to the end of this race. More and more cars could drop to the pit lane, and all of a sudden, those that have tried to stay in it at the back could still get a very decent result out of tonight's affairs here for the Carbon Coats 150.
Oh, absolutely. I really think it's elbows up for the last few races, so.
Oh, Smathers just had a black flag, but I think it might have been cleared thanks to the fact of race control will clear them if it is an untoward black flag.
That's unfortunate for Miller, too. He was having a pretty good day overall. If you look in this top 10, there's a lot of people that are having amazing days today that we haven't really seen up towards the front for long periods of time. The one that really pops out to me is 72. We haven't seen him up here a lot, but
really good
he's been really strong today.
And for Merkel, who's only done the one race prior at Pocono, this is a great run for him as well. It's a green flag. We go once more. 14 laps to go. Marotta, Rinker, McKellar, the top 3. If either Marotta or McKellar win it, it'll be another new winner this season. Oh, Merkel! Ooh. Merkel gets caught up. The big one in the background. Another one has happened. Multiple cars. Massive pile up. And we'll see here, this was the crescendo to it. So through turn 2, does Merkel get a knock from Brannon, or does he self-clear down on the 67? He comes down, the 67 comes up, contact's made, and then all hell breaks loose. You see there, Charles Rinker caught up in it, Hatch, as well as others too. That's big for the championship because Rinker's already had to try and fix that car tonight. Hatch has now got another meatball flag. That is huge for championship implications. And this is a big one because now that we're back under caution again, and I only said it a moment ago, those that have managed to stay in this thing, and you see there, it's Zach Smathers, by the way. It's finally out of the modified class. He's got his front end back on that car. But those that have managed to stay in this thing, Magnus, could take advantage here of those that are just dropping like flies.
Absolutely. We've still got a few laps to go, and everyone's getting more and more aggressive. Because the line here is kind of the middle line, but you can run the bottom. And if the last few cautions, it's been someone on the bottom side getting a little tight, pushing up into the car outside of them. And I think we're going to see that a few more times.
I don't think this is our last caution for the race. Will it mean that we go overtime? Well, it doesn't really matter. These cautions have helped drivers save fuel. We shouldn't need late stops to get them home if we were to go overtime. But the laps are ticking away, and they're ticking away quick and fast. So if you're Marotta or McKellar, you've got to try and make a dive here. You've got to try and make a dart. Because Kevin Rinker, in these positions, 9 times out of 10 can try and hang on. He'll be loving the fact that it's caution after caution, because it's going to take the reprieve. It's going to give him the reprieve, take the pressure off him. And it means that Marotta and McKellar, and even Justin Day, they've got to try and move quick here, Magnus, to get their cars past him in case it does go caution again. That way, they can at least have the restart procedure control.
Gotta get up there a little bit closer.
Marotta's
too much of a gap.
Yeah, he's giving a lot of onus here to Rinker. To the green flag we ride once more. 10 laps to go here at New Hampshire.
It looked like Ryan Hatch will loose in the back.
Oh, it was. There's the caution.
Around.
Another caution. Hatch into the wall. That car is
something's
not
broke on that car.
That car is not healthy. So he had Stevens in behind him. Oh, it was a lot of checking.
Oh, he checked up.
Yeah, it was checking. So actually, Hatch, I think, should have been on the outside line. So he's actually changed lanes before the start line. That's a no-no. And then Stevens has drilled him. So it's a little from column A, a little from column B. It seems. But that's brought out the caution once again. That checking, man, that catches you out very, very quickly. But Wink will be loving this. He'll be loving this, Magnus. This is giving him such a lifeline. Because this is now going to be another. This is now going to be another 3 laps where he is not getting challenged for the race lead. He'll be loving this. Scheduled pit stop for Zach Smathers once more. Just to mention, I don't know how many times. He's been down pit road 9 times now. This is going to be his 10th stop of the race to fix that car, by the way.
Previous leader of the modified division.
He changed classes mid-race. Jesse James, only car a lap down, gets a wave around. He's still quite a few laps down after spending quite a bit of time in pit lane. He would need 4 more cautions to get back on the lead lap. And the way we're going, he might get them.
I'm Marotta. I'm sending it deep into the corner.
You've got to be parked up right alongside him. You cannot be giving him half a car length. Like
I'm saying sending it deep into the corner and moving Rinker out of the way. He's had such a good race. You never know when you're going to get another good race. Take full advantage of it.
Oh, Rinker has selected the low line for this restart. Interesting choice.
Maybe he was thinking what I was thinking.
Yeah. It's
going to get hungry.
It's definitely a strategic choice here for Rinker. But we'll see how well they do off the restart. But this is the difficulty of New Hampshire. Late in the race, pressure's on. Cars are tightly tucked together. This is the short track debacle that we have constantly playing in the background of you don't really get a chance to break away, so the whole field remains close together. So it means that incidents are bound to happen, especially this late on. It's late in the evening. Of course, races start around about 9 p.m. and we're getting closer and closer to 11 p.m. now. Local Eastern Standard Time for the US off of this restart. It's 1:45 and it's 6 to go here at New Hampshire. Hot start for Rinker. Gives him the jump into the race lead once again. Justin Day now putting pressure on Marotta, and this is not what Marotta wants. He needs to try and get up to Rinker and put the pressure on him. There's only a handful of laps to go. Watch for Will McKellar. It's all massive dive. 3 wide nearly.
Into turn 3, McKellar almost sent it in. Watch for Justin Day. Rinker's run high. Justin Day into the race lead. McKellar's going to go around into the wall hard. Caution's out. Kevin Rinker is still the race leader. And this is going to take us to lap 149. It'll be a green-white checker to the end. And this was the moment for McKellar here, Magnus. Through turn 4. He comes up high into Marotta, into the wall.
Exactly what I said, though. Murata's going to use the bumper. He's hungry.
But now he's going to try and contest. Oh, Justin Day's actually the race leader. So Day was actually ahead of Rinker when they got to the line. Or when the caution was thrown. Very interesting. How does Day play this now? Surely he has to hang the inside.
I'd pick whatever line you are more comfortable with. For me, I would probably pick the outside line and try to get that inside line as close to the bottom of the racetrack as I can on the restart. Just pinch Rinker down as far as I can get him.
By the way, this is the first caution in quite a while that the man with 10 stops tonight, Zach Smathers, has not had to come down pit lane. So I think that car is finally fixed here, Magnus.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He did have a win almost locked up in the modified division until he changed classes. But I still think he's going to have an okay finish tonight for what could have been a really terrible night.
Really could have been. And then you look to guys like McKellar, who's had this incident late. He's now on the back foot. Merkel, who had an incident late, same as Stevens. How quickly things can change and how quickly you can get caught up in it. And it's almost a guessing game of who could possibly survive the next one, who's going to get caught up in the next one, and who is going to be in position to take advantage. This race could easily go overtime based on what we've been seeing. We're going to get one green-white checkered attempt, though, to begin with, off of this restart. It's lap 148 now. It'll be lap 149 when we get restarted. 2 to go. Green-white checkered attempt number 1. We get 3 of them to finish this race. Otherwise, it will finish under caution. 3 attempts to finish this one up under green flag. Are we going to do it in 1? Are we going to do it in 2? Or is it going to take 3 to get us there? This has worked out for Brannan. He's back up there. Somehow, Bailey Brannan has fought his way back to the front end of town. Restart zone is alive. Rinker and Day go door to door. Day gets us back underway into the race lead. In the race that he sponsored. The race that he sponsored, Justin Day. Green-white checkered attempt number 1. Kevin Rinker's going to go round. Somehow he pulled it up. Caution's out. Caution is thrown. Rinker got massively rear-ended by Jordan Miller. Going to take a second attempt at this. My God. Let's watch this back. So, let's try and see here how this happens. So they come through turn 2. Brannan on the outside. Rinker on the inside. Does Rinker starts to come down as Marotta comes up into that position? Contacts made. That'll be an interesting one for race control to try and determine. He gets pulled back out. And then you'll see him up high. And then there's Jordan Miller. Nowhere to go. Straight in the back of him. What an intriguing race, Magnus.
This is, well, I can tell you this. We're definitely going to have a new winner.
At this stage, we will, yeah. Unless Mike Rinker rockets his car from P5 up to the race lead. Green-white checkered attempt number 2 about to come about. Justin Day. Bailey Brannan, who's been through pit lane 5 times today. has had to fix some damage throughout. Thought his day could have been done off an earlier caution. All of a sudden has an opportunity to battle Justin Day for this race win. Justin Day sponsored this race. He gave the name of the Carbon Coats 150 here at New Hampshire. What a storyline it would be for him to win this one. What a storyline it would be for Brannon to win this one. Has never won a race in High Side Motorsports. Hasn't won a race with this crew since November of last year. Yes, he won the Clash of Season 1, but it was a non-championship race. He has never won a championship race here in High Side Motorsports. Neither has Justin Day. Damon Morotto's yet to take a win. Same for Stephen Linger. The first car we find that is a previous race winner in the series is Mike Rinker back in P6. Top 5 have yet to win. Green-white checkered attempt number 2. Pressure building. This is going to be a hard-fought win for whoever it gets it. This restart zone is going to light up faster than some roadside fireworks. And we are in for fireworks to the end.
I think if we can make it through one, this will be the last green-white checkered.
I agree. I think that's the importance, is turn 1, 2. That's what we got to make it through. 2 laps to go. Overtime is on. Green-white checkered attempt number 2. Justin Day in the race lead. Bailey Brannon P2. We run it through turn 1, 2 once more. Brannon's right there to put the pressure on the 10 car for this race lead and this race win. Up towards turn 3 we go. On the inside goes Brannon. Brannon goes to the race lead. Can he hang on to it through turn 4? Got to get to the line. Got to get the white flag. Bailey Brannon leads the race with 1 lap to go. Greg Conner, oh my God, they're crashing in the background. It's no caution. They made the white flag before the caution could come out. It is the final lap of the race with controversy and chaos ensuing to the final 2 turns. 2 corners to go. Can Justin Day get him past? This is it. Final corner. Final run to the line. Nope. Day's not close enough. Bailey Brannon is going to win at New Hampshire after an all-time comeback. First win in High Side for Brannon. Fastest lap of the race as well. Wow. 29.54 on that last lap. Tears in his eyes. You see there Day giving him the congratulations. Linger P3, Rinker, Morotto, Miller, Charles Rinker, Brian Day, Cody Pruitt, Nick Merceray. That was the top 10. My God. This was that incident on the second to last lap. There you see Miller battling with Brian Day up ahead. Martin into the side of Scarborough. And all hell broke loose. What a race win for Bailey Brannon. That is unbelievable.
He used the door a little bit. It was fair in my opinion, but he sent it in there, got him out of the way, and ran away with it. Textbook.
Absolutely textbook. Celebrations well deserved for Brannon. He's had a tough time recently. And a man who is trying to work through his personal demons, this is something that will fire him back up again, give him the boost in mentality that he may have needed. And a well-deserved win after surviving that race for so long. Survived for so long, by the way, without a race win is unbelievable. He has pushed so hard to try and get this. That is a fantastic race win for Bailey. What a day for him.
This is a great race. A lot of cautions, but a hell of a race to the finish. We got a good finish here. Definitely things to take away from this race is, are we going to have another new winner at Michigan next week?
I mean, it's highly possible. It is highly possible that it happens. We've got our...
Let's see that beautiful
What a
race-winning move before we...
Oh, yeah, let's have a look at it, actually, before we get into B-roll. So, let me find it, and we'll have a quick look at it, and then we'll get to the race results afterwards as well. So, I've got to be able to find where this is now. Here it is. This was the pass with the race lead. This is what won him the race. Up through turn 3. Let's watch this back. Gets it through. Gives a little door. But that's racing. And then pushes on.
Clears himself and...
Yeah.
Into the sunset.
What a win. What a win for Bailey Brennan. That is incredible for him. A long time coming for him as well. And yeah, that is a solid performance. Right. Yes.
I don't even know who finished third.
Stephen Linger, who finished third, in fact. This is our podium for the evening. If it will actually show it for us. Yes, it will. I just have to press show. That's my fault. There is our podium. Bailey Brannan takes home the race win for Bucket Motor Club. It was then a double podium for Hammerdown Motorsports of Justin Day and Stephen Linger on the second and third position as well. To our race results, Bailey Brannan wins, leading 6 laps. Ironic, isn't it? The 6 car leads 6 laps to race win. Justin Day P2, Stephen Linger in P3. Linger with the most positions gained, by the way, up 15. Kevin Rinker led the most laps of 53. Brannan with the fastest lap of the race on the final lap of the race, 29.537. Winker had pole position, of course. It was then Mike Rinker, Damon Marauder, Jordan Miller, Charles Rinker ahead of Brian Day, Cody Pruitt, and Nick Mercero as well in behind. And for the rest of the top 20, it was Robert Stevens Jr., Trey Martin, Kevin Winker, Will McKellar, Blake Hullett, Nate Owen, Steve Scarborough, Zach Smathers, Todd Merkel, Ryan Hatch. The top 20 in behind them, Austin Stamper, Jesse James, Justin McCurdy, John Roberts, and then Dalton Henson, unfortunately, never got started in this one. We're going to have a quick chat to our podium finishers, beginning with P3 in Stephen Linger. Stephen, welcome in. Congratulations. P3 in the end there. Double podium for your team. How's it feel to get that one done after such a good day, being up 15 positions?
It was awesome, man. It was a little stressful at first. This is one of my weakest tracks, but just had to keep the nose clean and just be patient.
Obviously, solid points on the board for your team, trying to chase down the top 3 in the team's title race at this point in time and hang on to some solid points on the board as well. I mean, a tough one out there, obviously, late in the run. A lot of cautions as well. How was the survival factor on board this car? And what was the feeling inside of the team booth on the day? Because obviously Justin was trying to chase down a race win, had the lead for a period of time, and lost it on that final lap. What was the feeling in amongst the team during the last run there to the line?
We were all just trying to dodge everything, try to be patient. I actually got into my teammate, the 70. He was on a little bit older tires. Got into him, so I apologize to Brian. But we all kept her cool. Just try to bob and weave through all the smoke, you know?
Well, Stephen, I must say, as someone who actually likes the positioning of the next-gen NASCAR numbers on the doors, I appreciate you also doing it on your car as well. It's a nice look when they're pushed that little bit further forward. But a beautiful livery for yourself for this race. A fantastic running as well for yourself as well. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout-out to, Stephen, before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to Carbon Coats, actually Justin. He's the owner of that, does all my paints. Shout out to my brother's fishing bait company, Linger Lures. And shout out to you guys for putting this on an amazing broadcast.
We appreciate you, Stephen. Congratulations on this podium. We wish you the best of luck at Michigan in the next round of the season, and we'll see if it's another podium for yourself next time out.
Thanks, guys. Have a good evening.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
Next up,
great race for Stephen.
I think that might be his first podium in the series as well. That's a great effort from Stephen. A fantastic drive, and equally a good drive for his teammate who nearly took the race win in his own race that he sponsored, Justin Day. So close to that win. P2 in the end, though, after an emotional victory for Bailey Brannan. But what was the feeling like on board your car there on those final few laps?
And I was feeling good. I got out to, props to Bailey for the run he had. I felt like I was running great, and then seeing Bailey send it in, I was like, damn, I don't know. It sucks not to win, but, second place, you can't go wrong with that. It's still a good day, and I got third in the stage, so still a good night. Can't complain.
I mean, it's great points on the board. Probably the round win in terms of points. And then not just that as well, your team getting great points too, with both yourself and Stephen on the podium together in P2 and P3. Ask Stephen how it was, in the booth for you guys as a team. How's the team dynamic working now? Obviously, into the in-season tournament, starting at the next round at Michigan. You guys feeling confident now you can push on for the next few races, get some good results out of it, and get some solid points on the board as well?
For sure. I think we're all just starting to get a little more comfortable working together, and I think we'll just get better as the season goes on, and we'll see how it goes.
Michigan next time out. Is there anything you can improve upon from this week, or maybe take from this race and apply to the next one that you think may be able to take you one step better onto the top step of the podium?
I think just still being patient. Patient is the key, I think, and just waiting for my opportunity and executing when I can.
Opportunity worked for you tonight. P2 on the road. Congratulations. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to the family at home watching, the all-day racing team, the Hammer Down Motorsports team. Shout out to Rinker for getting third. Shout out to y'all for broadcasting it.
We appreciate your time, Justin. Congratulations on your P2. Best of luck at Michigan, and we'll see if you can get that race win next time out.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Another solid finish for him, and man, both those wraps look amazing.
They look fantastic, don't they? They look incredible, absolutely incredible.
But now
you
get to talk.
We've
joked, to our winner.
We've joked previously that this is probably one of the worst liveries on the field, as a meme at this point. But probably one of the most emotional wins we've ever seen. Mr. Brannan, it has been nearly 9 months since your last win amongst this field, yet to take a race win in a regular championship round here in High Side Motorsports, and you've finally done it here in New Hampshire. We joked pre-race, wouldn't it just be the most Bailey way to do it, of course you win this one, and then you go on to do it. I mean, what a race.
Yeah.
I thought multiple cautions back when you were around, you had damage. I'm like, oh, that's probably Bailey's race done. And then all of a sudden you were back there in P4 on one of those final restarts, and I'm like, oh, he's in this thing actually. And all of a sudden, get to the race end, get to the second to last lap, you take the lead, and then hang on to it through 3 and 4, where you're probably at most risk of getting passed again by Justin, and you drove it straight to the line and got the win.
Yeah, that was a roller coaster of a race, It felt like I had to fight my way through the pack several times. Man, I don't know what to say, because it's been so long, like you said, and I've been so close so many times, and I had a gut feeling that, of course, if I'm going to win, it's going to be here at New Hampshire. I'm actually pretty solid here, but I feel like I had a pretty good advantage going into tonight. I was quickest in practice earlier in the week, and I knew I had some speed, and I figured out before the race started I had to save tires, so I just used that to my advantage, and I just adjusted my strategy whenever I needed to, especially when I spun out. I had to adjust there, and it ended up working out, and I was able to stay out of trouble for the most part.
So I want to talk through a few stats here. So if yourself and Justin hadn't have if you had crossed the line, I would argue probably 2 or 3 seconds later, it would have been a caution on that last lap because of the incident behind you. If you literally been 2 seconds slower on that run to the line, it would have been a caution and another green, white, checkered restart. The other stat then I want to mention is, obviously you drive the number 6 car. You led 6 laps to this win. 6 laps.
That sounds about right.
To a race win.
Yeah. I was all over the place. You know, I think I led the most important lap, so I'll take
Oh, no,
that.
you did. You did. You led the most important 2 laps of this race, and
Yeah, yeah.
you know that worked out to your benefit. I mean, I saw a race the other day where someone was classified as leading a lap. They only led for about 10 yards because they passed for the win on on the last lap at the line.
Yep.
But you know, I mean, what a race win! I mean, it was. I know, obviously, with what you've been going through recently, this is obviously something that's going to boost you up fairly well and fairly nicely. And
Oh, yeah.
and you know, this is a long time coming. Hopefully, it's not the last for you this season, and it's now a show of things to come. You are, though, the 5th different winner this season now as well. You know, off of the regular season rounds, and in fact, I just want to double check just to see if we have actually got race results for the Clash. We do. I want to see this. No, Rinker won Nashville. Daytona
I was up here for
Magnus.
Nashville.
Vegas was Rinker. So no. I was going to say you might be the 6th different winner of the season, but you're not. But you are the 5th different winner of the season. A massive congratulations to you off of this win. A fantastic effort. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Well, first of all, I got to shout out my teammates. You know, CJ was the only one with me tonight, and I want to wish Joe a speedy recovery. I know he's going through it too right now. He came into the VC and congratulated me too. That was pretty special. Yeah, I just thankful for all the guys that show up every week. Thankful for our sponsors. Thankful for you guys up here in the booth making this thing interesting, and just putting it out there for people to see. Yeah, and just thankful for my entire support system I have around me. You know, it's been rough recently, personally, and this win is definitely very uplifting. It kind of makes all that other stuff just seem so minuscule in the grand scheme of things, and we're one step closer to getting up to where we need to be fighting for the championship. You know, I'm sure with this, I think with this win, I'm actually back into the chase. So still a long climb. I want to try to shoot for first. Daytona was a poor result, and then I had to miss Vegas, but I don't plan on missing anymore. I'm here till the end, and I'm hoping that you know, I can capitalize off of this momentum.
Well, Bailey, we wish you the best of luck throughout the rest of the season, and next week, next time out at Michigan as well for the next round of the season. Appreciate your time. Congratulations on this race win, and yeah, best of luck next time out. Thanks so much for coming over to chat to us.
Awesome job, brother.
Thank you.
A long time coming for him, Magnus, and you know, a solid race win. Gives us our 5th different winner of the regular season as well. Crazy. Are we going to get our 6th next time out at Michigan, do you reckon?
I'll be back in the car, so I'm gonna try to end that real quick.
Well, we'll see if you can. We want to give a shout out to, of course, to our series sponsors: Maconi Setup Shop, Rinker Construction Remodeling, LifePath Realty, serving the greater metro Atlanta area. Safe Electric and Plumbing, callsafe.com. Us here at Infinity Broadcasting. You can help support us by clicking the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing right here on the channel. Next up on the docket will be the next round of High Side Motorsports, as we're currently on a break from the V8 veterans after their final round on Saturday evening. And then a shout out as well to Blackheart Designs. If you want to get yourself a livery made up here on iRacing, shoot me a message on Discord at Hamish Munro, or over on Instagram at HM_injection. That's at HM_INJEXION. We'll get you sorted with a new paint. You can also message me over on Trading Paint. So do accept requests over there. So get your requests in, and we can make something happen for you as well. Big thank you to Magnus Anderson for joining me over the past few weeks. We look forward to seeing how Magnus can do on the track once again going forward throughout the rest of this season. I'm Hamish Munro. This has been Infinity Broadcasting and High Side Motorsports Season 2, Round 5 for the Carbon Coats 150 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We'll see you guys next time when we're racing out at Michigan. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
high pressure, high stakes. It feels like the whole world's watching every move that I make. Another sunrise, another warning, but I'm still learning how to hold the line, how to quiet down the noise inside. And the moments slip away when I forget what I need. So I steady up my hands, let the rhythm set me free. I remember to breathe when the whole world shakes me down. Clear mind, finally free. I won't break, I won't bow. I'm holding on, holding on. Yeah, I'm stronger than I seem. I remember to breathe.